aspect of that, and that starts when you come through the door of the delta. So now this is also symbolic to the waters bursting forth. Okay, so if you can imagine that at this door, if at this door, the door is not open yet, but then if you can see this is metaphorical as the delta or the vagina. So if when the water breaks, now all the water comes flushing forth. Okay, so that's the spirit now is coming out into flesh. Now, the part of your body that in itself kind of is the most enigmatic part for really being symbolic to that door, and one side and the other side of the door is your tongue. Okay? Your tongue is symbolically a fish. Now, this fish, it still wants to stay in the water. Notice how your tongue is still sitting in a wet mouth, and it just wants to be in this wet mouth. But at the end of the day, also, it's capable of touching out into this world. That's a power point. That's why what you say and what you can say is a form of power. So this point also is directly symbolic to when a child first comes out, they speak this word first. You call it crying. It's a tone and a vibration, and it's a word. In that point right there, they say this is the point you don't want to miss, because this is how you gain your first level of power, which is how to basically evoke from your word, from the word, from the tone and the vibration. It has nothing to do with the specific word. Like, so what is the word? It's the screaming of a baby. Now, we talked about how some babies, they come out screaming, right? Whatever that previous existence, and then coming through the womb, and they're finally out, and this thing, and that word right there, if you can think about the first ancestor, when they first said the word, it was like thunder. The beings in their level of magnitude, that first word, it was like lightning and thunder. Like, how many people have been really in one of them real lightning storms? You know what I mean? Like, or just been around lightning when that thing just hit. I mean, just hit like boom. And it's like, it shakes you like, man, that's a lot of power. So this is what we're talking about when we're talking about the being first coming forth from the delta, and then the first utterance of vibration is like thunder, boom. And right from that shockwave, things are even created right then. This is what is being referred to basically when we say Yaldabaoth, the lion face. They're giving you a metaphor, like they're trying, what is the loudest damn thing we got? A lion when it roars. It was something like that, but more like thunder. So when they try to give you the symbolism, they give you this lion face coming out with this roar, and then this roar being an actual tone and a vibration that begins to create things. Thus, he's gained from his mother, and we're not talking about just males and females here, but he's gained from his mother her power and ability to create, but through a word. Now, then, when we go back to this, for any of my occultists out there, you know that this tetractys on the left is the Pythagorean symbol, and this Pythagorean symbol gives us ultimately the tetragrammaton, which is the four-letter word, and that this word, this sequence here on the left, whether you see it upside down or right side up, see, they show it right side up because then they'll teach it to you in math or mathematical principles. Ma'at. And they'll start going through the process that way. Give me one quick second, everyone. My power kind of hit for a minute here, so my screen is booting back up, but I'm going to keep going. So you can get right away then that the Pythagorean system, which is basically, again, the Hermetic, where the Hermetic tradition starts to come from, is still functioning on the knowledge of the delta and how the word becomes manifest. And what is the order in the process to how God, if you may, is creating. Okay, that's real power. So give me one quick second because I'm gonna put a backup supply on this this thing real quick so we can keep going. Hold on. So we on sovereign power now. I guess, they still working on the power outage. I did spend 36 hours on my own power for the last 2 days, and so I guess it's gonna keep going. I ain't gonna have a fan though, so I've just got to keep it happening in nuclear. I may just need to implode. Also, I will keep going. Like if for some reason something cuts out, I'm gonna keep riding out, and then I'll bring this recording back around because I got to record it on my side. But hey, I just got to keep it going. So here we go. So, as we said, the waters break forth now. So now we get how in occultism they're also keeping, in this new modern occultism, they know the power of this word. They know the order of creation. They know how the mother, if you may, brought things in life into existence. And they know that life can be brought into existence from a sound. And really, even, in so many ways, sounds, but also even an electron. Like if you hit water with a bolt of lightning, you get a single cell organism. It's not even just lightning. You could do it with an electrode, and a single cell organism appears in the water. So there's a real connection here with that. Sound can create beings, and you just may not see that whole process because it happens in a twinkling of an eye or a flash like lightning. So life can always be created anywhere from a flash of lightning or a sound, okay? So now, as we keep moving forward, we realize that, again, the spirit is becoming flesh through this process. And now another power here, because we're still talking about, so how does this have to do with character traits within a person? So this fourth trait has an ability to unbind fetters. Everything that is symbolic to the womb and birth is symbolic also to removing knots. Like even in the ancient times, that when a woman was about